We'll start now. A warm welcome to our Broadmasters, Hualien Dharma team, and brothers and sisters around the globe to Saturday Hualien Dharma Talk. A very good morning. Let us start the session for today. Let us send our sincere prayers into the 10 directions. May the Sahara land be free from disaster and peace prevails in the world. Let us sing the prayer song with sincere piousness.
In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. All my heart is filled with sincere prayer. From all corners of the world, let us join our hearts and pray for a world of harmony and peace. In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. May all the Buddhas hear my prayer. All united with one heart, let us end our hate with love. May there be no suffering hereafter.
May all minds be purified. May there be peace in the community. May there be no disaster in this world. Now let us pray together for universal love and blessing. With loving respect, gratitude, and confidence, let us wish every person in our lives a healthy body, an enlightened mind, and a total fulfillment in universal love. Now let us expand this consciousness to include every person in the world, every being in the universe. Let our unified love make this wonderful world even better. Let us all immerse ourselves in the joyful embrace of universal love. Before we hear the wonderful sharing, let us invite our Broadmasters to lead us in paying homage to the Triple Gems. Let us pay our respects for these teachings and explanations to the Buddha and Master Cheng Yen by making 3 sincere bows. Please rise, palms together. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. And a bow to our beloved Upward Masters who could join us today. Today we have two sharers. Sir Wai Fong will be sharing the footprints of Tawau Medical Outreach in August 2023, and followed by Sister Su Ching sharing the sending love to Lahad Datu. Okay, before that, I will be sharing on behalf of Sister Su Ching on the weekly summary. Okay, last week, okay. First, sharer is Brother Zhou Huang. In parables, flames, the house did decay. As Buddha spoke in a profound display, decay described in minute precision. A poignant metaphor with a clear vision. These tales, like whispers of nature's grand scheme, connect us to everyday life like a lucid dream. Though the decayed house and birds in their flight, Buddha's wisdom shines in the gentlest light. Stay tuned for more from Brother Joe's voice. In the week ahead, new insights to rejoice. Next is Brother PS sharing. In the ninth symposium at Harvard prestigious hall, Master Ching Yan's wisdom did enthrill. 12 papers presented, Buddhist scholars shared. Online visitors many, more than 8,000 cared. 4 sessions explored wisdom to unveil. From social impact to compassion's thrill, the essence of great love beyond gender's will. As compassion's pure spirit in each heart set sail. Tzu Chi's lineage affirmed, rooted in ancient love. Harmony, not confrontation, is our guiding core. A healing religion with a secular core, promoting compassion for suffering now and forevermore. With Master Cheng Yan's teachings, simple and profound, Tzu Chi paves a path as global love unbound. A model for the world, Tzu Chi humbly stands tall in gratitude and management. Tzu Chi enthrills all. Next, we have the summary for Master Datu. In the teachings of Master Datu's sage advice, Part 4 unfolds, making requests precise. We humans are social beings with feelings and needs. We heard from Marshall Rosenberg's wisdom on which he leads. Distinguishing requests from demands, we must learn, not in words, but in how we discern. Demands, blame and criticize, showing no grace. Requests embrace empathy in a loving embrace. NVC, nonviolence communication. Objective, a bond that's sincere. Honesty and empathy, devoid of fear. Observing actions and our feelings in whole. Identifying needs with desires that grow. In Tzu Chi's mission, communications key. Leadership with NVC sets our spirits free. To motivate, understand the motives in play. Are people avoiding punishment or doing things from the heart? What do you say? In respect for authority, it must be earned. We wish for willing cooperation where fear is not a concern. Tzu Chi creates a cycle of giving in the melody of compassion's sweet song. Loving kindness and care for another is where we are. We all belong. We just Dharma, joy, and equanimity spoken by the Buddha as our guide to serve and give willingly, you and me side by side. In this path of compassion, let our hearts align. Master Datu wove in Tzu Chi with NVC's principles in every design. Next is Brother Vivek. From India to China to Taiwan, Brother Vivek sets the stage. Landing finally in Taipei without a hinge to learn the Chinese language, Brother Vivek, with a quest to practice the language, he did room. When fate's serendipitous turn brought him back to the Tzu home. In the Da'ai district in Taipei, when rain began to pour, Tzu sheltered from the storm he did explore. At first encounter with Master Cheng Yan's picture already connection so true. When he got back to India, undoubtedly to Tzu missions he had pursued. Even amidst the pandemic's grip, with a heart so wide, Brother Vivek resigned his job to serve by and in Tzu's side, to transform lives with all his worldly and physical mind, armored only by a wish to serve as his daily inspirational guide. Okay, 感恩 for listening. Now, let us hand over to Sister Su Ching to introduce the next speaker. 感恩.
And Sister Lily, let us pass over to our host, Brother Chin. And over to you, Brother Chin.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Welcome to another episode on Saturday morning. And we're very happy and glad to have with us. And today, this morning, we have two very wonderful sharers. Both of whom requires no introduction. There is obviously Sister Wai Fong, followed by Sister Su Ching herself. So the first one on Sister Wai Fong is sharing with us on the footprints of Su Chi Tawau medical outreach. That was back in August this year. Now, Sister Wai Fong is a medical doctor, is part of the HEMA team, of course, and she has been recently commissioned, and she has been really active every morning to learn the Lotus Sutra at the Wisdom at Dawn. So let us hear from her. She'll be spending an hour with us to share her footprints on Su Chi Tawau. And some of you may already be aware of the plight of the East Malaysian, those who are stateless. So again, that's her dedication and putting what she has learned into motion. And that's the one that my masters always say. Listen to the Dharma is one thing, but putting to the heart and getting into practice, that's another. Sister Wai Fong, platform is all yours.
And Brother Chin for your kind introduction. Brother Chin has always been with us, and I've been learning a lot from Brother Chin. Yeah, so let me put my PPT on here. Can you all see the screen?
Yes, we can.
Thank you. So let me put this one side. Okay. Right. So this is the recent Tawau outreach that I'm going to talk about. So good morning, aboard masters, brothers and sisters. So this is in August, late August 2023. First time I flew over to Sabah. Never knew where Tawau is until actually that day itself on the plane. I was searching where is Tawau, only to realize it's down here. Imagine this as a dock. This is at the jaw area. So the place that we are going is this place called to serve is this place called Kampung Titingan. So this is a group of us, the HEMA team who flew in to Tawau. So this Tawau people, Tawau volunteers have been having these regular free clinics for the stateless people in this kampung called Kampung Titingan before the pandemic And then for 3 years, they have stopped. And this is the first large-scale outreach after 3 years. And why do they give this? Why do they have this free clinics? The stateless people, they usually do not seek medical treatment, mainly because it's expensive for them. They have to pay more than 10 times the fee that we pay to visit the government doctors in the hospitals. And so the volunteers in Sabah could not bear to have these stateless people not being able to seek medical treatment. Hence, there's so much effort and time that was put in to prepare and plan for this outreach. So just like before, this volunteers from KL and Selangor, the Tima were invited to support this good cause. So we flew in a day earlier to set up the clinics. The free clinics was held over the weekends. It's about from 8 to 4 a.m. So this is Tawau town, taken from the hotel that I stayed. And this end is Hospital Tawau. And the stateless people stay in the left end here. So you see, they built their houses into the seas, and this as I go on, and this is the actual place, the scene of the place that is stayed, and it's the largest coastal slum in the town of Tawau, occupied mostly by illegal immigrants. So in the past, it was known as a black area because of its high crime rate. They are fighting inside. When they talk about any murder cases or drug-related cases, the first thing people in Tawau will be thinking of people in Kampung Titingan. So the women there has high reproductive rate. There are many children. And the children there, they do not have proper education. They do not have education at all in the first place. More than 10 years ago, their time is spent wasted playing, fighting. The culture is to fight to get something, and loitering around in the streets, begging for money. And the men has no fixed job. They are odd job laborers. So this settlement for the stateless community is actually crowded with wooden houses, narrow alley, shaky planks, filthy seawater. So as we went in there, we were walking through this. Actually, I was quite a bit fearful that I might just fall into the seawater. The hygiene there is poor, sanitation is poor. It's better now. They at least have this, notice this piping. They have electricity and they have water over there, but they have to pay for it. I understand that it's about 1 ringgit per hour. So they use those containers to collect the water and put at their place. And the containers that they use, it doesn't look clean. So this is the entrance to Kampung Titingan, and the rubbish were being washed to the shore. Once upon a time, it was even worse than now. Over the years, through the guidance of the people, the city people, I think they have been more aware. They've cleaned up the shore as well. So this is not as bad, according to the sisters that I met in Tawau. So when the people could not come to us, the Blessed One would go to them to give aid and hope. So this is the scene of us going in, this Sister Lily's home brother carrying the box, and we brought bunsing for the people there as well, mainly giving it to the children. And Su Ching has been supporting the community for the past 10 years through their charity, education, and medical mission. And over the years, the folks there has been transforming. They are more receptive to outsiders. Previously, they are suspicious, and because Su Ching has been going there with love, and they don't feel threatened anymore. So when I go in, I don't feel worried about meeting bad people. In the old days, when I remember when I was watching the videos of the people there, it was like an area where nobody dares to go in except the courageous Su Ching people. So we went in there to invite the villagers to the free clinic. So the volunteers' dedication over there has been recognized by the villagers. And as we go along, the villagers will greet the volunteers cordially. And this is the Kampung Titingan Learning Center for the Stateless. Learning Center means this is the new shops that Su Ching run the school for the stateless children. This is upstairs. All the classrooms are upstairs, up here. And the free clinic was held in this newly built learning center, which is located just beside the village. So we went in a day earlier to set up the clinic. This is Dr. Jason, the Tima in Tawau, who has been coordinating the whole thing with the team, and he also coordinated with the Tawau Hospital authorities, the Klinik Kesihatan Tawau, to help to run this large-scale clinic. So Su Ching Tawau actually has good relationship with the hospital authority, especially during MCO. So this time, for the first time, the turnout of the hospital staffs was big. They come from the various departments. They came and set up their clinics, like bringing the clinics to this classroom. This is me collaborating, discussing with the ONG doctor on what kind of facilities that they are going to provide, and deciding which room that they should be using. Sisters, and we went there to sweep the floor as well. It's quite not that bad, and there are Tawau hospital nurses setting up. And in the end, look, from an empty space, it turned out to be beautifully set up by the Tawau Hospital Authority, the pediatric nurses. And this is where the pediatric clinics are held here, and the medical is in front. In the center here is a place where the children and the patient will wait, and they have a video presentation here as education to the children and the parents who are waiting. So notice the pediatric corner that's being solely set up by the hospital people. The gifts, they brought along this nice little gift packs for the children as well. And notice how beautifully set up by the Tawau Hospital. The eye zone as well. They came over and set this up. This is for refraction by the eye department, Hospital Tawau. The physiotherapist came in as well on the day before the outreach. It was a Friday afternoon. And those are the department that was set up on the day before. The rest are set up on that day itself. Majority is by the Tawau Hospital and Klinik Kesihatan. So this is the group of us from KL Selangor who flew over there to clean up the classroom. The TCM and the pharmacy zone, those solely set up by us. Yeah. So what we did there after cleaning, arranging the tables, were to sit down with the TCM, getting all the medication packed and labeled, and TCM guiding us. It's a place where we learn new things not related to our profession. It can be IT people around, finance people around, housewife, all learning things not related to our profession. And it's a good opportunity to meet virtuous friends, forming good affinity. And this is the pharmacy zone, mainly by the Tawau Su Ching volunteers and Tawau volunteers, pharmacy students, helping to set up the pharmacy. And this is one of the morning. We walk into the kampung area. The kampung area is divided into two: the land side and the seaside. So this is the land side. We got to pass through the land side in order to reach the seaside, but we didn't manage to go through that morning itself. As we were walking through the land side of the Kampung Kitingan, we met the villagers who are on their way to the free clinic. So they are friendly villagers, and we walked together with them towards the free clinic. The village is separated from the learning center by this little door. So they go through this, and there were already a huge crowd that morning, early in the morning, lining up to get themselves registered. So what we are giving them is medical and dental services, as well as health education according to the needs of the community. These are the teachers who are serving in the learning center. They help in the registration counter. And this area is a waiting area. After the registration, they'll come over here and wait and get some basic checkup like the blood pressure, the glucose monitoring, and all over this place there are posters, educational booth as well. This is on how to stop smoking, guiding them to stop smoking, and the importance of pap smear, KKM staff, and these are the clinic kesihatan, Tawau people who are there taking the blood sugar and blood pressure measurement of the villagers. And before we start of the day, we gather in front of the school, and we what we did was we sang the national anthem, the state anthem, and the Su Ching Love and Care. And then I was overwhelmed to see so many hospital and clinic kesihatan volunteers who came by. I got the statistic from the sister in Tawau. There are 83 medical staffs were present over the 2 days. They took turn. Some came back twice. And Tawau volunteers, Tawau Tima, and there are also many young people, the school, secondary school students who are there under the guidance of the dedicated local Su Chi volunteers. So the teamwork, we work together harmoniously, and we managed to provide medical services to more than 1,000 villages. So the coordinators of the day, keeping the crowd in order, these are the villagers. They were given this tag with the services that we deem suitable for them, and those that they wanted to visit, the services that they wanted to visit. And these are the attentive caring volunteers from KL, guiding the villagers to the right place, putting the villagers at ease. And I'm going to run through the services that is being provided. The dental team from Clinic Pergigian Tawau, popular, very popular, and a busy zone. They have a registration counter by the KKM people, and this is the area where the dentist did their work. So what they did was examining the teeth and dental high extraction. This is why are there so many people here? Because for the stateless who does not have any legal documents to go to the Clinic Pergigian for this dental extraction or checkup, it will cost them a lot of money, more than 100 for the dental extraction. So on this day, there are many who are here to get this service. Dentists from Clinic Kesihatan brought along their equipments from the Clinic Pergigian. And they also have dental education. This is one of the students that I was talking about who serve. One of the volunteers is running a school, tuition school. So he brought along about more than 20 of his students to help out. So this is about health education on dental caries, food to avoid oral cancer. And this is the pediatric department. There's small blood pressure monitor for the pediatric size blood pressure monitor, a registration counter, and the waiting area that I was talking about, where the children will be watching the, this is on hand, foot and mouth disease, the interactive education stuff. So the pediatric team, these are the pediatricians, the two pediatrician and the pediatric MO. And I would like to share a story that I encountered during then. This is a 14-year-old boy who is mentally challenged, not being able to walk normally for 3 weeks before the outreach. The mom, who was once the beneficiary of the Su Chi fire distribution, felt the love and care from the Su Chi, so decided to bring her son for treatment. So Dr. Yo, the pediatrician, examined the child and diagnosed this child as having hip dislocation. He wrote a recommendation letter to the hospital asking the parents to bring the son over there for further treatment. Should this is not being recognized, the usual norm for the villagers is they won't go to seek treatment until they're really serious. So with this recommendation letter, they were advised, if they don't go, the sequelae would be, if the leg is left neglected like this, he might not be able to walk again. So this is another story that I encounter. This is a boy who was bitten by 5 stray dogs. Being bitten by stray dogs is common incidents that happen there. So this boy and his few friends were playing there, and while they were playing happily, this 5 stray dogs ambushed them, and what Adam had was he sustained multiple wounds from the head to toes, and he suffered excessive blood loss, and he was sent to the hospital in coma for 2 days, was in the ICU, and stayed in the hospital for a week. So after being discharged from the hospital, he still has to go to the clinic to get his wound cleaned, and each visit would cost them about 100 ringgit. So they could not afford it after a week, and they cleaned themselves at home. So we discovered this little boy during our visit to the Kampung Titingan, and while we were promoting the free clinic, and invited them over to the clinic. So this is Dr. Jason removing the sutures and cleaning the wounds. We spent about 2 hours there, and the aunt and the volunteer have to help to restrain the boy who is in pain, struggling, and crying away. And so the aunt was very grateful for this free clinic. This is the medical team seeing adult patients, and they are efficient. They're really efficient and fast attending to this large crowd of people. People in Kampung Titingan, they have this chronic diseases like high blood pressure, diabetes, and they will not, most of them doesn't really go and seek treatment. If they ever do, they will default medication, and this is the time where they come over to get some medication. And there are people with skin diseases and common cold, cough and cold, and these are the young team of medical officer from Hospital Tawau. On day 2, day 1, I did manage to catch their pictures. Different group, more medical doctors who were there to help out, spending their weekend to reach out to the people. And our TCM practitioner from KL Selangor, according to Dr. Winnie, he says that the people over there generally is mainly seeing the general health of them, and they have body aches and pain, so they are here for the koyo and the medication, the pills. Some of the pills that the villagers like most are those with ginseng with it. There are 2 dedicated volunteers from KL Selangor helping the TCM practitioners. And this is the acupuncture, ENT team, a whole team bringing their own equipments over to serve 2 specialists and the supporting team. So examining the ears, they did impacted wax extraction from the ears, examining the throat. This is the specialist from Hospital Tawau, Dr. Richard. The eye department, checking the power of the eyes, checking the refraction and prescription of glasses. They have 2 optometrists on duty. This optometrist that I met on that day, I feel that from the day she came to set up the clinic, and to the 3rd day, the days when she was serving her, there's nobody to take care of her children. She brought the children along, so the children were also in the eye zone. So this is the ONG and the Clinic Kesihatan team. The ONG, obstetric and gynecology, are also a popular zone because the women's health is sort of neglected. So what the women, the mothers especially, they are, as I've mentioned earlier, they have high reproductive rate. Through education over the years, they knew that it's good not to have big families, so they were taught about birth control. So on these days, the Clinic Kesihatan education team came here to teach them, guide them about birth control. So this is a picture of the uterus, telling them how fertilization occurs, teaching them about the various methods of birth control. There's also guiding them about regular breast self-examination, guiding them about the pap smear, the importance of doing pap smear, regular breast self-examination for early detection of cervical and breast cancer. So I understand from the sisters over there, many of the women, they are quite receptive of birth control. And this is the scanning area by the ONG specialist. This is Dr. Mark from KL, new to Su Ching, flew all the way there to serve the people there. The pregnant ladies over there, actually, they do not have the opportunity for antenatal follow-up. They will deliver and opt for home delivery at the end of pregnancy. They only go to the hospital when complication arises, but the baby cannot come out or they have excessive bleeding. What we did was, besides scanning on the pregnant ladies, the non-pregnant ladies, we also gave, Dr. Mark gave contraceptive injection as well. I remember vividly, because I was also sharing the same machine with Dr. Mark. There were two cases that I remember. There was one lady who is a 30-year-old pregnant lady who is 35 weeks pregnant. Dr. Mark scanned, and this is a fourth pregnancy, has an extended bridge. That means the head has not turned, almost near term, but the head has not turned. It's a leg that is down there. So if she delivered at home, the head of the baby might just get stuck during the delivery. So with these findings, Dr. Mark wrote a referral letter and advised the pregnant mother, to go over to the hospital to deliver. So there was also another lady who has a big tummy, thought that she was pregnant, but in actual fact, it was a large tumor of the ovary, and the ONGMO was here nearby, help to get an appointment, early appointment, to see the ONG specialist in Tawau Hospital. So these are the few that I managed to that I remember, and my service was under-recognized. It was the first time having a radiologist there doing scan. I have to go around promoting to the different disciplines that send patients to me, lumps and bumps, people with high blood pressure, diabetes, chronic diseases. So going around, and then when I do not have much work to do, I'll be looking at those patients that Dr. Mark do, but most of the time I'll be running around taking pictures and making myself useful. Yeah, so there was a patient that I do not have a picture, a man. He is one of the men, I think, who has a hard life. There was a growth in his finger. Dr. Sazali brought the patient over and asked him to have a look to see if it's a tumor or something harmless. So when I did the scan on the finger, it was, I can tell them that this is a harmless growth, this is a benign cyst, and not to worry about it. And if it's disturbing him, to go to the hospital to get it excised. He also had a painful red swelling over the shin. I know Dr. Sazali, being a very skillful clinician, managed to diagnose that there must be some pus inside. So as I scanned, true enough, there were pus collection in the superficial fat layer, and he was given antibiotic. If it doesn't resolve, he was advised to go to the hospital for treatment. So on the last day, I go around catching volunteers, asking them to come over if they want to scan themselves. So this is one of the volunteers that I scanned then. So the services provided and the statistics for the turnout for the 2 days as such. The ophthalmology unit, the refraction unit, for 2 days, day 1 and day 2, there are about 200 over. ONG 79, physiotherapy, mainly for aches and pain, to help them relieve their aches and pain and guide them on proper posture. There were 100 over, ENT 161 over, and deworming services because of the poor hygiene, sanitation. So there were over 400 villagers that were being given deworming medication, and the TCM practitioners had over 250 patients dentistry, 189 patients, GP and pediatric combined is about 400 over patients. So total number of villages being served is more than 1,000. So moving forward to ensure the continuous medical care for these patients, Su Ching Tawau will be running the smaller scale 3 monthly free clinics to the villages. They will also get the help of the KKM people to come in to chip in. So these are the Tima volunteers from KL, Selangor, the Dharma Joy over there from serving. Although it was hot day, very hot, and non-stop working. To them, they are all. This is the happy faces I see, serve joyfully, derive joy from serving. And these are the devoted, dedicated Tawau coordinators that I snapped picture of them. I thought I really want to remember them. I am to them. They are those who run the show most. They are it's a privilege to meet hospitable volunteers, people. They are even though they are very busy, they are still hospitable. They fetch us from the airport, fetch us to our hotel, and taking care of our meals. There are a few more that I didn't manage to catch people. And the meals, the lunch, vegetarian lunch, a really delicious lunch being prepared by the Tawau volunteers. Even the KKM people says that the lunch is delicious. So this is my learning on the outreach. Initially, I was hesitating whether I should go or not because I thought I might not be of much use being a radiologist over there. But towards the end, when initially we didn't know that there will be that many people from the Tawau hospital. At that last, towards the 2 weeks, I think I decided to go because they were saying that they might not have enough volunteers, medical volunteers, that I might have to be a GP there as well. And they are willing to guide me. I've not been treating patients for a long time. So knowing that these sisters, these dedicated sisters that I often get inspired from are there, so I decided to sign up. So I remember Master Cheng one Jingsu aphorism is when you make the right choice, focus on it. The one with a fickle mind, which I often is, will always stay at the starting point and never makes the first move. So I'm glad that I made this move. See, every moment is about making choices. So when the thing is the right thing to do, Master often say, just do it. You will surely learn and grow from it. And this is making the right choice, getting out of my comfort zone, leading towards a more meaningful life, and a way of cultivating compassion and wisdom, getting my compassion grow, which I think I really need this. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to learn to serve, making myself useful, as long as I'm willing to do photographer, sweeping. There's also learning along the way. So these are the veteran volunteers that I've seen in the YouTube, depicting them serving the stateless people with care, going into the still houses in the video that we have seen before. So they are aged now. Really glad into this long-serving volunteers. They are really our role models who have been working tirelessly to light up darkness, reaching out to relieve the suffering through these 3 main missions. And we know that Master often say the root of poverty is illness, and illness is poverty, is actually a vicious cycle. And providing them with free medical and dental services, health education, creating awareness, we hope to relieve their burden. Yeah. And this is the last slide, and I'm ahead of time. Why do I put in this? Because I felt what the Su Ching people in Tawau has done, especially through their education mission, and this is the result of the children, the fruition of the children who goes to the school, the value of the education. They might not be brilliant students, but they are being instilled the right culture. So Su Ching's spirit transcends races and religion. And when they are being cared with love and sincerity, we actually plant kind seeds within them, awaken their good nature. And we hope that with this more good people around, there is creating a harmonious and peaceful society. And Dr. Sazali shared with me, and Dr. Jason also shared with the volunteers that they see a transformation. The last outreach 3 years ago and today, this time, the community has been transformed. They are transforming bit by bit. They are getting more cultured. So this is what I see in the children. They are polite, grateful, respectful children from the learning center. They also help out to set up to clean up the learning center as well. And Master said it rightly, as we learn, as we do, we learn. And as we learn, we contemplate. And as we contemplate, we realize that this giving with care and sincerity, and this is cultivating blessing and wisdom. This is the fruition of it. People planting good seeds in people, and you will see that they will transform. Yeah, so that's about it for the time being.感恩for listening.
Thank you, Sister Wai Fong, for the wonderful sharing. We have a bit of time before the next session. Pass on to Sister Su Ching. Obviously, I was very touched, obviously, by all the work that you do and putting all the learnings that you have into practice. Before I raise my questions, are there any questions from anybody who would like to ask Sister Wai Fong from sharing? Okay, now, you know, one thing that at the beginning of your talk, you mentioned, I mean, one of the key messages that I come from your sharing is that these stateless people are people that no one cares. And so the virtue about caring, and the best way to learn about caring is about caring people that no one cares. And so when you do that, when you go there, I think there are two things that most people would wonder whenever they do things. They have always a choice in their life. Either they make choices, what moves their heart, or what moves the emotion of the mind. So for you, what goes through your heart when you were there? Obviously, you've heard of Tawau, all the work that Su has been doing. But when you are there, when you arrive there, what goes through your heart and what goes through your mind?
When I arrived there, I must say, if it's like I was thinking, I go there with an open mind. I was actually quite worried. It's more of a worry when I was there. How am I going to serve these people? My intention is to learn how to serve. Even serving itself is learning how to serve, to grow in the compassion. I feel that I need to grow in my compassion. And to be honest, when I was fearful initially because I was told that they do not have enough doctors. We didn't know that KKM people are coming in, asking me to treat patient. So it was like something that is really fearful for me because they have to relearn things again. But I told the kind of mindset I had is if it's the right thing to do, just do it. There are so many people around to guide. So if that's a question that if I've answered your question. So that was more of a fearful mind, the mindset of learning how to serve.
Right. So the other point that you mentioned was in that area, I've been to Tawau a number of times in my early days in the course of my work. So I'm quite familiar when they show the town of Tawau, the places, the stateless people that were living. And I always wondered when I traveled there, why are they like that there? Because, yeah, that is exactly right in the far end there by the sea. And it's absolutely filthy. Now, then you also mentioned, the other point that you mentioned was that area has a very high crime rate. Now,
Used to.
obviously, it takes great courage, right, to serve in those areas. And I'm just wondering again, knowing that that is the condition that you are in, what goes through your mind, your thoughts? Are you just overwhelmed by the heart of joy, or there are concerns that goes through your mind?
I wasn't concerned. In fact, I was looking forward to go into the village, because I know we don't go alone, because we go in a team with the Su Ching Tawau volunteers. Before we went in, we have a small briefing on how we should behave. So our main purpose there is to invite them to come over to the clinic. So we go with a good intention, inviting them, reaching out to them. So going in, as we go in, I actually did, at the back of my mind, did imagine, oh, this used to be a high crime rate area where people does not want to go. Only those veteran volunteers who have been there dare to go in, have this courage to go in. So as I was going in, I don't have this fear at all. The villagers there are so welcoming. As you go in there, I think the Lantian Paina, they recognize them. They will be they are quite so they are friendly to us as well. So as we go in, we brought the buns along. We gave Sister Su Ching, especially, giving buns, and then they were very happy. So it was like what I gathered then is, oh, this place is not as scary as what it was depicted in the YouTube before. This has to be because the volunteers have done their part, serving sincerely over the years, and they have transformed, and they are transforming. They are still transforming. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. I assume that, and I remember I was watching the first one of the first team that went in there, and I guess they paved the way, and I get a lot of the Su to be accepted. Su to be accepted, obviously. That will pave a lot of us for those who go later. Now, and the first point is, about cultivation. We meet difficult conditions all the time in the course of our cultivation. And you say, I just go in with good intention. So, and that was the aspiration that you upheld. And that's what you did. And as well, you apply the teachings in your heart, and not let not that condition, however difficult it may be, to deter you, and that's a great message coming out from that. And the other point is, you mentioned that harmoniously working together, and obviously in very difficult conditions, and working together with the Dharma family is essential, because we need to support one another in those difficult times. And secondly, it's the difficult condition that people are in. How do you connect? How do you connect with those people whom you don't know and whom you have to work together? How do you put your hearts together to be harmonious?
Yes. I think that pure intention again. Intention is forming good affinities with the sisters over there, knowing them, the Tawau sisters, the Tawau brothers and sisters. They are all good people. They themselves are already role model. They are patient. In fact, I feel that I'm learning from them even more. After the whole thing, or during the process, I could see my OCD habitual tendency coming out. OCD, obsessive for cleanliness, see things how come like that one? So at the moment was at some moments was like almost blurred out. But what I did was the sisters there are very accommodating. They're busy, but they do things in a very calm manner. So when you see people like this, also you have to calm yourself down and do what is necessary. Keep your mouth shut and do what is necessary. And the people are I just know that I have to go around. One of the sisters says because they are busy coordinating as well. So when the KKM people comes in to decide on which room that they want to use, ask me to be in charge of that. So I think because of when we are in that kind of environment with all the brothers and sisters around, it's a positive energy. So I do not know where I derive my positive energy from. I just, it was a non-stop thing the whole afternoon when we reached there. Speaking with the KKM people, deciding with them, telling them which room to use, also with the guidance of the Tawau sister, and find the best room for them, best corner for them to set up. So don't know them, but going around talking to them. So that was one thing. That positive energy that I had there. But in the past, usually I don't think I'll be at the back watching, but this one going forward, mixing around with the people over there. So everybody has this same intention. They are not chaotic. So it's just harmonious. And Dr. Jason, who was the person who is running the show, he shared with me that he has sleepless night, because oh my God, he says there will be people the stateless people will be coming, and yet we do not have enough medical volunteers. The hospital finally agreed to come. Finally, not to say agreed, finally inform them that they are coming towards the end. Only towards the end, they realized that there are so many volunteers, and that I was relieved that I don't have to be in the medical side to see patients. So I was like a carefree person. When there are patients that are being referred to me, I will see. If not in between, I just run around, see whatever that I can help. Going to different department, promoting my services at the same time. Whichever department needs my help, I will just go and help. So like the boy who was bitten by the 5 dogs, I happened to pass by and I heard the boy crying, and Dr. Jason was struggling to remove the stitches. And I went in to take over. I see him struggle, sweaty. I just took over to help to remove the stitches as well. So it's everybody they are they're accommodating people. Working with nice people, virtuous people, everything turns out to be nice.
You mentioned there was this positive energy, and you don't know where it came from. I guess it's where your heart is and your aspiration is. You just want to do it, and I think you in the end, what your key learning point that you mentioned is purposeful. Just do it. It's for the benefit of others. Just do it, and I guess. I'm guessing that's where your positive energy must have come from, right? But in light of all these things, and you say you really look forward going there, despite you know that the condition you face is difficult. But at any point in time, was there any doubt that crosses your mind throughout the period you were there?
Doubt in what sense?
Doubt in the point that you going there, am I able to deliver what I'm supposed to do? Doubt whether I can work together with people there, or concerns that you may have.
I don't have much doubt working with the people. I think I learned to be more humble myself, humbling myself down. As for my specialty, the ultrasound part, I was supported by this everybody was supportive, I must say. I must also thank this manager for this ultrasound company who brought the machine all the way from, he drove for 8 hours from Kota Kinabalu, bringing the machine in for us, the portable ultrasound machine for us to use. So he stayed with us and guide us how to use that machine, because they are all new to me. So initially was worried about how to get good images out of the machine. So, but he was there all the time, guiding, supporting. So it's like being supported in all ways. I have no doubts. Just that I have, where do I get my patient to come in? Come, send more, send more. It was going around asking people to send patients over to make use of my specialty. Yeah.
That's excellent. So all the difficult conditions you had to face, all the uncertainties there are, there's absolutely no doubt. And that's exactly what must have been trying to teach us, isn't it? You walk the path, and you're clear in your mind, and you take the Dharma to heart, and you just go ahead. I'm just wondering, before you went there, did your team spend a lot of time preparing what needs to be done, who's going to do what, how you're going to coordinate all these things?
Not so much. They prepared, what they prepared was more of the TCM side and the dental, but some dental disposable were being prepared by our side here that we brought along. The TCM, the traditional medicine practitioner, lies with the Su Ching medical volunteers to get the medication. They already know what they want to bring along. So their medication, their koyo, and their acupuncture things. So I wasn't involved at all. So I was in the team, but because it doesn't involve the radiology department, so my radiology department staff was being arranged by the Sabah Dima doctors. So yeah, so it's like nothing to worry about, just go.
Fantastic. So it was just a jigsaw puzzle where we are one of the pieces, and you know you're going to fit in there, and it works.
Yes, yes. It was a lot of, I think a lot of challenges for the Tawau people, like what I've mentioned earlier. Dr. Jason said he had sleepless night before the whole thing. So getting enough, will there be enough manpower? So in the end, everything just fits in nicely.
Right. So the key message is that the one that pulls everybody together at the end of the day is the one heart. It's one same heart. Yes. That puts you all together, and you fit all the pieces in.
Yes.
That is extremely wonderful. Any questions from anybody who would like to post any questions to or clarification from Sister Wai Fong? Okay, if not a system, I just one I guess there's one part you mentioned that the condition there was really hot, is dirty, and I remember that because when I used to go to Tawau for my work in my previous job. But yeah, you mentioned this, but yet it's joyous, right? So essentially, the condition you face outside is hot and dirty, but yet it's joyous inside. I'm just, when you mentioned that, I'm just trying to, get the master was saying, that is the external cultivation. That is an internal cultivation, right? So in the external cultivation, which is mentioned here, is hot and dirty. But the inner cultivation, we are joyous inside. So can you share your insights to this experience of what went through you, yet that difficulties that you see outside? And how do you get that joy within you? And obviously to other members too. And I think that experience will benefit a lot of us here.
Just do it. don't think. Just do it. I must say, when I reached there, wow, such a hot weather. I didn't expect that I have to go and sweep the floor, clean the area. I didn't expect that, So then I thought I'll be there to provide my service or a medically related service. Then we had to set only when I was there. Oh, hot sun. The clinic is at the open space. It's really hot, and they need to clean the room up. Luckily, doesn't have to wipe, sweep the floor. So it was like, but when I realized that it's the thing to do, you just have to do it there, because initially there were just a few, not many, and you see the Tawau sisters already a lot of things in here coordinating there. The first day wasn't that many of them. I mean, the first, before the clinic, there wasn't many of them. So if we don't do it, who else will do it? So we just with one mind, go ahead and get things done and just do it. With this mindset, just do it. There's nothing that worry me at all already. The hot weather or the dirty not actually to the people over there, it might not be dirty, but to me, the OCD person. So it was like, just do it and not to think so much. And I must say that I did until I mean, when we by the time we complete in the evening, I must have been dehydrated. I mean, the day when I came back, for the first time I had a urinary tract infection when I was flying back. So it was like, you do until you just, it was joyful. You couldn't even remember that I probably was doing until I couldn't remember that I haven't been drinking enough water or what. So the thing is, just do it. Whatever that comes to us, because if I don't do it, who else will do it? So I have to make myself useful, so I just do it. Otherwise, I'll be sitting down there. I think I won't be at peace as well, seeing other people do things. So doing it together with them, teamwork, working harmonious with people, learn to humble myself down, humility. All these are the things that I learned from there. And only by making yourself useful, you derive joy from it. Imagine myself sitting there watching people do. I don't think I'll be happy. Yeah.
That's fantastic. So you uphold this good intention in you. You brought it inside out, and I think I guess some of us in our life and our difficulties that we face, we take a lot of things outside in. So as a result of which, we tend to get disturbed arising in our daily life. So for you, you went in there, the condition was hot, it was dirty, difficult, but you only have one mission. Another mission that you want to do good for others, and you brought that joy out from you. So it doesn't matter, and you transcend those difficult, hot and avid condition. Fantastic, Sister Wai Fong. There's a lot of key learning points in that trip in there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kanan.
Yeah.
Before we close off, because it's coming with 7:30, which is the next section. Any questions anybody want to pose to Sister Wai Fong? All right. If not, excellent.
May I just say we learned so much from Sister Wai Fong today, and of course from our brother Chin, who's always guiding us to expand our consciousness and our great loving heart. Thank so much.
And Sister Stephanie.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sister Stephanie. Now, from as we leave Sister Wai Fong, we have another great sharer. This is none other than Sister Su Ching. Sister Su Ching requires no introduction. We move from Tawau to Lahad Datu. So Sister Su Ching. And those who have been following news about Lahad Datu, it has been a favorite place of, should I say, challenges and disturbances in the past years. They used to have pirates that invade that coastal town. So, and Sister Su Ching, she, without Sister Su Ching's, I mean, this platform wouldn't be around, seriously. And you know, the first time I met Sister Su Ching, I was a trainee. I was in Jiangxi, and Sri Damansara, and she's one of the kindest lady that I met from the very beginning, because I don't know Mandarin, and was the reason why I never joined Su Ching in the early year was because I don't know Mandarin. I said I'll be lost inside. And I still remember, community in Sri Damansara. She would, in every community session that we have, she was always be interpreting that. And in the hall, I think I'm the only person who actually doesn't understand Mandarin at all, but she will be there. And I was wondering who is this lady, just translating to this very ignorant person. And I look around, and she's just standing at the back, humbly standing at the back, and just interpret. And when we finish, she will humbly bow and smile. And that's Sister Su Ching. And then after I got commissioned, and she said, brother, can you start sharing your experience? And I thought to myself, yes, that's the reason why until today, whenever Sister Su Ching asked me to help on anything, I never refuse her. So, Sister Su Ching, the platform is all yours. We can't hear you, Sister Su Ching. I think you're muted still.
Okay.
Yeah, we hear you, but a bit of echo, and I think you off the. If you off, it's better. Yes.
Okay, sorry, I have to use two devices. I just realized that this PC has some connection issue, so I use my handphone. It is okay. Apology for the inconvenience caused. Hey, cảm ơn Brother Chin for the great hosting. Very grateful to Brother for serving selflessly to be our regular host, as well as our other great hosts. Most grateful. Indeed, all of you are my benefactors. Very grateful. Actually, when I was translating, I think, in fact, I was like, each time like learning, wow, this is something I didn't learn during my GNC or patient days. I must confess that the first time Brother Chin shared because Brother Chin is a very humble person. He's always very quiet. I think the person who did the talking maybe the home sister or the community sisters, but Brother Chin never come up. I reckon it's because most of the time they have to share in Mandarin. Brother Chin will be quiet. Then when we asked him to share the first time about his journey, wow! I think the first time Brother Chin opened his mouth sharing, I was like, all of us were like, wow, this is like another Brother Joe Huang. So very grateful. So indeed, that's why Master teaches as we think that we are serving others, in fact, we are being served, but this will be the great benefactors in our life. Okay, without much time, do let me share my PowerPoint. Lupa nanti. Okay, how? Okay, everyone can see. Okay, 感恩 for good morning. 感恩 to our 敬爱的上人, both masters, brothers and sisters, 感恩 for listening and 感恩 for your time. The stories that we wish to bring today will be sending love to Lahad Datu. As we have seen earlier on, Sister Wai Fong sharing, awesome sharing, truly 感恩 Sister Wai Fong bringing us back, back to the scene at Kampung Titinggan. During that point of time, it's how Lahad Datu happens actually is because of Kampung Titinggan. Without Kampung Titinggan, I don't think I will be able to share this part because there wouldn't be this part. So this part, Lahad Datu sending love happens 1 month, less than 1 month after Titinggan. So this one is it's on 28th and 29th of September 2023, where we visited Kampung Panji, that is the so-called, people call it Perahu side, the seaside. And the next day, Bukit Sampah, I think that's need no introductions, is the landfill places. So how it's all started is because of this Kampung Titinggan. At Kampung Titinggan, I think we can see the top top picture with Sister Wai Fong there. That place, that night, the day before the medical outreach, we met this brother Yo. How it happened? Also grateful to our sister Hualien, the Tawau sister. We stay at her house. Actually, most of us stay at her house the night before, and it reached very late. Suddenly, this Doctor Yo appeared. He's a pediatrician serving, helping the pediatric department at Titingan. As he was eating, he was later we know that he's a very humble and simple person. So because we all had good meal before that, but he reached late, he said it's okay. So a brother quickly cook an instant noodle for him. As he was eating the instant noodle, Sister Paulian shared with us that this doctor is the one that discovered the suffering at Lahad Datu. Datu in Chinese, we often heard. I think during MCO, for us who follow Tzu stories, would have seen the young boy holding Tzu flag, waving the flag, and they were sharing how difficult it was to send relief aid to them. You can't give too heavy things, otherwise their boat will sunk. And of course, I'm sure all of us still remember Sister Adeline sharing during that time. I think her cries, I still can remember until today. Means how suffering the people are until Sister, we could see she was so unbearable. The deepest suffering. So as Dr. Yo shared with us, that was when Tzu did a few missions during the MCO. But what about after MCO is uplifted? Apparently, things after that has changed because of volunteers. I think even Tawau that supposed to support Datu, their side also short of volunteers. A lot of volunteers there are quite elderly. So the shortage of support. Even the Lahad Datu side, they also don't have many volunteers. So everyone started to get very busy with their life. There is not many, if there is no mission after that. So hearing that, but what about the suffering is still there? Dr. Yo said, then he showed us the pictures like the top. We can see the boy that if from afar we can see like, wow, so good he's the only one who has shoes, but the others barefooted. But if we scroll deeper, you would have seen that what he's wearing is really the pet bottle. So imagine it is, and the land and the soil, the earth that they are stepping on is what we are stepping on also. Of course, here is much better. Here is much cleaner. If those who have been to those places, you will have seen there are a lot of broken glasses and dirty things on the ground. But such is the condition. In addition to that, it is very common to see the children searching for food wherever at the landfill. Of course, at the landfill, else outside they will look for food at the rubbish bin or whatever bin. They have to fight with the dogs, like what Sister Wai Fong shared in Titingan. Somehow in Sabah, they are this place. It has a lot of stateless people coming from other countries. I think the nearby countries would have known which one. So this each town, not only in Tawau, it's also in Lahad Datu, same Sandakan or KK, all these will have their own similar issues. Stateless people at the landfill or at this Perahu site. The girls we found, she also shared those that they have their period. I mean, they can't afford to buy the pad. They will go to the landfill and find the dirty, the used and wash it, try it and use it. Wow, as he was, I think the more he shared and throw the pictures, that point of time, wow, I'm sure of us, we were those staying there, hearing the sharing, we could not bear. We were like, wow, that point of time, I just recalled inside my heart I was thinking, oh, brother, the Lahad Datu wouldn't be able, it will have us, our support. So because of that very simple vow, that point of time, on this, I think on the spot, end of August, as we were doing this Titingan outreach, immediately we also coordinate further. You ask him if you can mobilize another one with the Tawau team. I think even during the Tawau medical mission, the dinner itself, we heard the Tawau team also announcing to the doctors if they are able to come for another outreach if it's happening the next month. Why is it so fast? Because we know that Dr. Yo is going to start his private practice 1st of October. So we try to do, and it's at KK, so it's so far. So we hope to start it off before he joined the private the private hospital. So before that, he will have more time. Once we know he started the new place, then he will be short of time. So because of that, so the initial plan was to have a combination of medical cum distribution, because we understand that people suffering as it is because of the time. And we heard from Sister Wai Fong, to do one at Tawau is already not easy. We must have a lot of to the local volunteers, strong support, and great coordinations, and also must get a lot of doctors, the medical volunteers to be involved. So because of the big shortage of time and the locations and the affinities, so we didn't give up, but we still go. This time is a distribution. So reaching there in September, has the suffering reduced from what we have seen during MCO? No, the condition is still the same. Whatever we have seen during MCO we see how bad these conditions are, whether during Sister Adeline sharing or before that or through other volunteers. The house, I don't know whether we should call the houses or the bondo or just the woods plank, is still the same. Imagine, there's very fortunately Malaysia, we don't have typhoon. If there's typhoon, it's total wipe out. I can imagine. Just a little bit stronger wind, I think the whole thing will collapse. This is at the Perahu side. What about the landfill? Is it better? No, definitely. In fact, I think we also understand maybe after MCO there are more rubbish. This is this still active landfill. We heard certain stories. Sometimes it's no longer the landfill people, they are staying at the old landfill, but in Lahad Datu they are staying at an active landfill, means the trucks still coming in and putting in the rubbish. So in fact, it's we understand the danger that this methane gas. Sometimes last time they used to have fire there, and these people, some of them, they are staying just next to this landfill. Imagine that, but some have relocated after they listened to the advice of the volunteers. I think Dr. Yeo did a very good job. So some of them started to move further in because they understand the danger if they stay next to the landfill. We often heard in other countries when there's this heavy rain, there's this is not landslide, it will be landfill, the rubbish slide. So that's another reason why the villagers are advised to stay with people. Seeing all these sufferings, so very grateful when we reached there. I think on the first day, okay, I'm Su Ching. Okay, for listening, everyone. When this picture, when the volunteers told me, hey, come, sister, you see your name is here. I didn't really think much about that until later, after coming back, looking back at the picture. I think we trust, as Master always said, every one of us, we have this thought, we want to do something, like make vow or wish, we want to do something, have faith that there will be people, kind people that will join our efforts and be there. Very grateful. I think this is a very good. I always look at it, it's like representing everyone, even for those who have not yet been to Lahad Datu or any part of the suffering in Lahad Datu. This is also a sign to everyone. I think 大家 for coming. So this is don't think we did. We have a KL Selangor group that went over that picture. Maybe this is the closest. So this we took it at the Sister Mei Mei house. Sister Mei Mei is the Tawau volunteers where we stay during that when we were because we reached Tawau first, and the next morning we took a 2 hours drive Hilux to reach to Lahad Datu site. We can see here there are 8 of us plus one Sister Hualien. So we took 3 trucks, 2 trucks are mainly for CC KL Selangor volunteers, and one more from the Tawau team. Tawau staff also supported us during this distribution. And of course, over at Lahad Datu, we have our Sister Adeline. She's still there, and we are most happy to share that Sister Adeline will be going back for commissioning end of December. Sister Adeline and the home Brother Ronald, she also brought the stuff and the local zongzi to help during this time. So what are the distribution going to be? Each household will receive the one set of rice, 10 kg, then the oil, sugar, the basic necessity, soya sauce, the flour, the meat, ajinomoto, and salt. The plan is to distribute 125 packs at Kampung Panji, which is the coastal side, the Perahu side, and the 45 for the landfill, totaling 170. For okay, is it to every household? Actually, at the Perahu, they selected the most suffering. Those staying in the Perahu naturally, they are most suffering. They don't even have a place to stay. One small Perahu, one small boat can be occupied not by 2, 3 people, sometimes up to 7, 8 people. We also not sure how they, but that's how they survive. And the landfill, every one of them. Oh, sorry, back to the Perahu. Not only all those staying in the Perahu will get the distribution, but the Perahu also assess that even for those who staying at the steep at the near the coastal, those staying furthest, because those staying furthest is like our apartment, okay, condo. I think those at the ground floor is the cheapest. For this kind of situation, those staying furthest are the one that we have seen earlier. This one, these families, all this will get, so this total of 125. Else, the community there, more than that, a few hundreds household. For this time, for this distribution, what happened is that because volunteers departed from Tawau, so the staff will bring over all the barang-barang, and unlike KL Selangor, when we have activities, normally they will build the day before that. The male volunteers will do it, but over there there's no. It's not like female volunteers don't have to do this. There is like Master said, 女人当男人用. Female volunteers are like treated like male volunteers, have to do male volunteers thing, and male volunteers are like Superman, and they have to do mission impossible, more difficult tasks. Such is the time, such is the situation. So we also very grateful have the chance just to like set up the tent, to us something new. So then we have the chance to set up the tent, buy the distribution items, have to pack all instant on the spot. Because we took 2 hours drive from Tawau, reach there and get all these things set up. The first day the distribution was done at the Perahu site, Kampong Panji. Okay, the second day was at the landfill. Okay, there are also changes in plantings that may not happen like what we see. So like day 2, we were earlier on informed that we did not buy the items. I would say not really buy the items. The items already ordered, don't have to go to the shop to get the items transported later due to some change in plan, because Dr. Yew was still engaging with the authority. So we went to this grocery shop. Actually, sorry, we can see that we are in our normal shirt, because we're supposed to take our breakfast. So we tour and arrange for this. The sun rises very early in Tawau. It's not like here, like 5 something, it's still very dark, but there it's already very like 5, maybe it's like 7 or 8 o'clock. So it's very early. So we went to the place to get it checked, and once the volunteer reached the site at this is okay, the site at the landfill, we quickly arrange think of the distribution arrangement, because the day 1 we couldn't use the first day 1 logistics, so the volunteers thought of, okay, we just do it from the 2 Hilux, because at the landfill Bukit Sampah, there is no proper place for us to like put our things, unlike the place at Kampong Panji. That one have a more proper place, but volunteers are very versatile, because we are taught 变化球. That's why in Tzu Chi we are always taught to be accommodative and flexible. Else when things change, it's very difficult for us to manage, and all of us are like Sister Wai Fong said, we understand the situation, keep quiet and work harmoniously among each other. So we are very grateful to everyone for the kind help and very harmonious. Challenging steps. What are the challenging? Okay, those who have seen, I think the Tawau, last time we heard their stories, how the volunteers have to like walk on the Tinggan, right? The platform is shaky, and some volunteers tend to, happens to fall into the sea, which is quite common. Yes, the Tinggan is very bad. This Datu is worse. No wonder Dr. Yew actually told us that if you think Kampong Tinggan is very suffering, wait until you go to Datu, which is 100 times worse than Tinggan. Okay, this brief.
等下拍黑灯了。
Okay.
Look here, Sister Su Ching.
The plank is unique. It's not like maybe people will think, oh, not bad, I got a few plank, but it's a moving plank and it's quite
Hello.
it's not basic. So there's this issue also. So then but at the same time, I noticed that I don't really take courage to the penthouse because if you look the front is a few planks, it's still okay. But behind they only have one plank already. So
Underneath is a
the
water.
main thing is the intention is to call the people out to join because not everyone seems to be aware that there is this free medical outreach. So that's why the volunteers during the first half session, after doing the medical outreach, second half they will go enter inside the villages because to call, like Sister Wai Fong said, we have to call everyone out. Hey, remember because it's a 2 days medical outreach, remind them to come out for the day 2. So after the experience at Titinga, I realized that I don't have the courage to really go and reach out for these people. So I started to train during my morning exercise. I walk on the very narrow area, trying to get the balance, hoping that if there is another chance, this time must really go into the heart of the people and reach out to them because the need to feel the suffering of these people. So the second time when we are at this Brahu area, it's very common already. Brahu, unlike Vidigan, most of the places is very. This one is still quite thick. But as we if we walk behind to this granny house, it's already very slim. Not only very slim, and it's not only like zigzag. It's going outward. The house of the, I guess because as they go deeper to the sea, they worried the wave will be that strong. So somehow they are higher. So when they are higher, so this plank also is already very slim, flimsy, and it's moving upwards. But very grateful. This time I have the chance to really go enter into deep into the place. Why do we have to go there? Because this time when we notice a lot of ladies, even though they are like us, maybe in the 40s or those in the 50s or 40s, 50s, they already aged like people in the 70s or 80s. They are because of, I guess, because of the nutrition issues, and they deliver so many children. It's quite common to see to hold their hands very cold, and they don't have the energy to carry all these things. So we'll help this granny. She has to take care of the baby. So we either help to carry the baby or carry the goods. Some very often the kids there are very kind. They also will help us. So truly, as Dr. Yeo said, it's very suffering. The place, I wonder how I think nighttime cannot come out with to me. How that, otherwise it's very dangerous, definitely will fall. So flimsy, and I believe nighttime will be very dark. So this is the situation. Another video that we have taken, 感恩这个今天这个我的
哦，小心你们哈，这里很多垃圾，它的家是最远的。
you can hear the specific. Yeah, now we after the distribution and the bracket, we walk to this person's house, then we realize because the distribution is at the land, so we can't see the sea until we go to reach out to them. Then they show us the place. They are staying at the sea and
Ada makan. Ada makan? Oh, 已经饱了。
sorry, I think the video a bit
老爸，是的，老爸，低血糖啊。
this person apparently sorry, I have to pause a while. Pause a while, I think
Bagi kawan ah. Oh, bagi dia.
the lady hands because we noticed it's already shivering and she didn't take breakfast for the day, but I'm not sure how many days she didn't take a breakfast. That's why we volunteers we are grateful. I think most of the volunteers always equipped with biscuits or light snack with them, so we will pass it to them for them to eat and we and after that we proceed to help them to bring the goods up to the brahu with the young boys help. Actually, let me see. Stop share for a while. Sorry. Okay, I restart the video. okay, actually when we reached the Prahu, I recalled that incident. The Prahus are just in front of me, and there's this middle-sized Prahu, looks quite, more decent than the some of the Prahu lah. And I asked the person how many people are staying here. She said 8%. I said, huh? I said, so decent means for one, maybe 2 or 3% is decent, but for 8%, I don't understand how they could stay, but such is their conditions. So they will stay at the Prahu, 8, 9 people staying there. Okay, sorry. Not sure why the
Sister Xiao Ching, maybe
Huh?
you can control alternate delete. This is what
think cannot
happens when the embedded video. Yeah,
Okay,
then
sorry.
you have to start again.
Okay, I start again. Yeah, apology. Okay, now share again. Sorry for that. This others. Okay. Okay, so these are I better don't know video already lah, but such is the condition. Actually, if you want to see further, then can see that the volunteers also try to reach out to them. After we took out the socks, then we look at the ground. It's full of glasses. It's not that we want to, sometimes I just see such is the state of the suffering of the people. They are barefooted, but they're walking on the broken glasses at the seaside. So not easy, but that is really the condition. This time I'm like, wow, it's full of glasses. I also could not reach out when inside the boat. Master tell us, but despite that, we have to always have this faith. Master tell us that when the suffering could not come out, so for us, because especially the landfill people, they understand that the moment the child open the eyes, they are born, that's it. Their world is in the landfill. They will not come out, because if they come out, then how? The authority may catch them. So most of the time they will like end up in the landfill. They don't have like our children, not our children. We also don't have the sunset, the handphone or iPad or anything to access to the world. So they'll be living in this landfill. So for us, Master said, if they can't come out, it's for us to enter and reach out to them, the blessed to reach out to them. So the landfill and just now, so that's why home visit is very important. So during the distribution, we will try to and go to their house and share with them, look at their situation, and tell them that we are with them. How volunteers do it? Volunteers they will. Some volunteers are sisters with like Stretty, they all like we notice that they also will get the hand cream and rub the elderly, the ladies' hands to tell them. I think it's like sending love to them, extending masters warm and care. And we also seize the chance to educate the children. Sorry, another video, but I dare not play in case it jam up again. Like these volunteers, they will tell these children after they get things, they need to share it and to express kangen. We also share the sign language. And this young child, the girl at the left, wearing a green shirt. Actually, she's very young. But we like to seize every opportunity, especially when it comes to like bamboo coin donation. Everyone has the chance to do it. So initially, she was a bit like, she said no. But because for us, it's not only about, it's also about prayers, sending good wishes. So after that, she keep following us, and the moment she see more people are doing it, she also joined the effort. I think even though it's to us maybe may not be much, only 2 days of meeting them, but we hope to seize the opportunity to get close to them and educate the children. Okay, this is about Xiao Xing. 小钱行大善, small money, small deeds for great act of kindness. Okay, during the day one, at the far right, because I think volunteers that came from Tawau forgotten about the bamboo coin, but the volunteers are very, I think, very resourceful. So converted the plastic bottle, pet bottle into bamboo coin, and the ladies, I can see the ladies and actually the guys also very eager. They also, because they have been taught to about city spirits, that this every coins these coins can help people. So they also eager, they also willing to donate. And of course the next day, why suddenly we have this bamboo coin? Because apparently the before that someone passed a bamboo coin to the volunteers. The person has been donating at home. So the volunteers convert it into really use it to seek donations from people around. The situation seeking donations actually at Lahad Datu is very similar, like Pat Gaya. And people, I said, I guess it's because of the purity of the people. They are not really too addicted. They are purer because like the kids at the landfill, they are only at the landfill, and so they're simple mind. When we ask for donations, they're most willing to come, whatever amount. If not, even we ask for their prayers, they are also very willing. They wouldn't be like see us and play run away. So such is a very positive spirits we can see here. And I remember there was a gentleman, a man, as he was after he donated, then he said, he shouted out to his other fellow villagers, this one at landfill, he said, our money are not much, but we can help people who are poorer than us. Yeah, so this money, these poor people poorer than us, they can be benefited. So as he after he said that, I was a bit, why that moment I was a bit shocked, and I suddenly, I mean, of course at landfill we can understand that all our consciousness are active, the all these the landfill smell everything. And normally I would say, yeah, it's true. We have been to where I normally will have something to tell them. Yeah, there are people staying where who are more suffering than you. But I think for the first time, I'm just like lost of word. I was thinking, wow, you all already very this level already very very difficult already. How could people be like worse than you all? But this is I think I remember Master Jing Shi this is the state of what? The richest among the poorest. This is very poor people, but their heart is so rich that they are so joyful that they can the things that are, I mean, they feel that they are, they are, this is what we call rich at heart. 真的是, and we call this Lawson 养老院 for those who heard before. This Lawson is like our Sungai Buloh Leprosy Center. It's in Taiwan. So Lawson, actually, they have a lot of stories, but to cut it short, reminded me of what Master once said when she heard a resident in this leprosy center in Taiwan said, they said their place is like a zoo, that these leprosy people are segregated from the outside world, because the Taiwan also same like Malaysia now. I mean, in the past, the leprosy people, they have to be so-called, is it jail, or they are segregated in this Lawson place. Know what Master said? Master told this person that in fact that these residents at the leprosy center could overcome their sufferings during this in this difficult environment. Yet they could still cherish sentient beings that are unrelated to them. Why? Because during that time, Siew built Hualien hospital, and these residents make donations. Some of them, they even donated to the last cent, or the Chinese call it 棺材本, the coffin money. Because people at this leprosy center, a lot of them, they no more have family members, so they have to save all their money, even to bury them. After that, they also have to save, but they are willing to donate all this money to Tzu for the building of the hospital. Wow! So that's why Master said it is not that you are segregated from the outside world, rather that the stabilities and the world outside cannot enter this pure land. The leprosy center is the pure land. Your mind all are so pure. So this is the pure land that transcends even the heaven. So that point reminded me of this place, that the landfill. It's not that this place is very filthy, that it is impure, but because the minds of the people are so pure that they think that can still help others. So that place, in fact, is a pure land that transcends even the heavens. So, sorry. Okay, coming to the end already. Sorry, this is another video at the end. So at the beginning, it's a bit similar, like other Tzu activities. The volunteers, local volunteers, they will share about what Tzu has, the bamboo point stories and about masters' missions. Before we start the distribution, we also have our prayers. We also have our prayers at this place where everyone unfortunately cannot share. You can see here later how everyone joined us in the prayers to not only pray for them, they are also praying for the whole world, for the peace of the whole world. Such is the pure state of them, because they feel that they also feel very grateful. They have this chance that they can help others either through the bamboo coin or through their prayers. And it's not about the right side. It's not about doing missions only. It's also we have chance to play this rope. Actually, the volunteers also join. It belongs to the few kids at the corner there as they were playing. So they also are very happy when they see the adults, the volunteers are joining them to play. Okay, finally, I think we're going to the end, almost end. A lot of times we understand that we don't choose to hold on because we see that there is hope. But because we continue to hold on, that's why there's hope. So that's what masters has been guiding us to keep doing it. Then we see the hope like in Tawau, and today at Lahad Datu, we also hope the same, and we see the siblings are coming out like Sister Adeline and the team. So we hope that one day they will come and be strong like the other part, like Sandakan or KK or even Tawau, to have their own schools. This we believe will happen. That is the siblings that we have seen at Lahad Datu. Not only the local volunteers, but also the people there. They are also our hope for the future, because these people will later be our volunteers helping to serve more people at Lahad Datu. So finally, yeah, Sister Adeline and Brother Ronald, right? Left side, you can see the first two volunteers. These two are the strong volunteers at Lahad Datu, which we have high hopes that they will continue to share with us in future how the people at Lahad Datu could be transformed. Okay, this is okay. Finally, really final slide already. As we are staying there, the volunteers are so really very hard. You're so really passionate and very kind. We were thinking, I well don't trouble them. We rent Airbnb, but no, we don't have the chance. I heard Sister Pauline told us, the Tawau sister, hey sister, if you all don't stay at the local volunteers' house, in fact, you will feel not good about it. I said, why? We don't want to trouble them. He said, do you know that the volunteers are one of the volunteers purposely, like the house used to have some issues, I think some house issues, but the leakages or what, but she renovated it so it will be comfortable for the volunteers to stay. Well, up to that extent. Actually, the house that the one we are staying at, maybe sister house, she and the home brother, very elderly, two person staying, they do not need to have to expand the house, but because they want to get it ready for volunteers, they come for either medical mission or whatever missions to stay at their house. This is their way because they felt that they cannot really, because of aged age, they cannot no longer like go to serve certain heavy duty activities, but at least they can offer their house to the volunteers. Sister May actually okay, maybe before I end, I also wish to share about sister, because the home brother is very humble. His picture is not here. I recall that the home brother was his home brother elderly, very, but definitely very steadfast, because during the Titingan, we saw the home brother here. He's the way he walks, like he's taking baby steps, and he was a bit shaking because of his sickness. But yet he still come to serve at the 2 days Titingan. I recall during the lunchtime, as I was eating with Doctor, I think it's another brother volunteers team. He brought along many young volunteers. I think in their late tens, going uni. It was during their uni holidays. They came, returned to Tawau. So these volunteers were sitting with us for lunch. I recall, I asked one of the volunteers, I said, young volunteers, hey, you all are studying at uni, now coming back, just short trip for holiday. Normally people will want to go holiday here and there, but you all seize the chance to come and serve us during these 2 days. They are very useful, because like Sister Wai Fong said, the sun is very harsh on us, and the top part is open. So imagine like you have to run from one department to another, and then I mean very hot. So this a lot of times these young people will be doing a lot of runnings and taking the things up and down. So the volunteer, she, before I recall she could reply, and then she turned and saw this brother, the sister Mei's home brother. He was like taking this baby step, and he was shaking as he was walking, holding his spade. She said, "Can I not come?" She said, "Just look at." I mean, I think that. I think these volunteers these Tawau volunteers to us is 先生说法. They are sharing with us their role models by being there. See, in such situations, they also can come up. We young people, we have this healthy body. How can we stay at home and not doing much? I think that is what the message. She just look at the brother, and I look at the brother, and both of us thought, okay, I think we understand each other, the telepathic. So that is the situation. If we look at all these volunteers, they are, especially at Tawau side, the really dedicated volunteers are already injured, and some of them have their own medical conditions. So it's truly a struggle if we don't, like Sister Wai Fong said, if we don't go, who will go? So it's, and the suffering of the people there is never like stopping. In fact, sometimes it's like getting worse. So that's why we are most grateful that we have the chance to be there during these 2 days, and we can see a lot of hopes. We hope that in future, not only there will be more, it will be like maybe similar to Tawau, they have their quarterly medical mission distribution, and hopefully the fifth school at Sabah for the stateless will realize soon, will turn real at Lahad Datu. During the few days, actually, there are a lot of good meals served by the volunteers. The local volunteers, it's like everyone, sometimes they will cook and then they'll bring over for us. So that's why we feel a lot of, it's no, of course, to say it's not high at all, it's not true, it's difficult, but because seeing how the local volunteers are so dedicated and so warm, and the suffering of the people that, yet despite their suffering, they are still so pure and so sincere. It makes this trip most worthwhile. We are most grateful for this learning opportunity, and finally,感恩 everyone for your time and for listening. Okay, back to you, Brother Chin.
And then Sister Su Ching for excellent and wonderful sharing. Now, are there any questions for Sister Su Ching? Okay, because of the time has run out. I know that Sister Su Ching, even if you started by beginning to say, if not for Kampung Titingan, we wouldn't have gone through a lot of this, should I say, outreach programs in Sabah. And it reminds me of what Master said, when the door of realization opens, other doors will open. And this is how we extend our outreach program, extend our hearts. And the part where you talk about walking on a plank, right? It reminds me, wow, this is really walking in samsara, and it's a slippery, and we got to balance it right. And that's what the Buddha Dharma is about, on the middle way, on the middle path, the balance of ourselves. Excellent, Sister Su Ching. And so that's the end for today, and sorry for a little bit overrun for today. And with that, shall I hand it back to Sister Lily? Okay, otherwise, we will offer our 3 bows to the Buddha. Please rise. First bow. Second bow. And the third bow. We also offer a bow to the Abode Master. Okay, Kalan brothers and sisters, and thank you for staying right through. And
I think we need to take a photo.
take a photo,
Sorry.
of course. Thank you for
Sister
staying
Wai
right
Fong has
through.
indicated.
And not forgetting that in both the sharing, we saw Sister Lily, Sister Effie in the team.
Great job. Look forward. One day we can aspire, all of us can go there as well. Thanks so much.
Shall we, is there anybody else who is comfortable to on the camera? Else I will take now. 1, 2, go. Okay, 感恩. 感恩 everybody.
Right. You all have a wonderful weekend.
You
Yeah.
too.
Cảm ơn